Hey guys, and welcome back. So yesterday a little bit of a long one with a lot of talk about E3. Um, and today probably won't be much different. Um, um, we Today was the Nintendo press conference, and again woke up at about 2 in the morning to watch that, so that was fun. Yeah, I don't really know what to make of the Nintendo press conference really. Um, it had a lot of good things, a lot of bad things. Mainly just the way that they've sort of presented stuff throughout the week. Just for example, so good things that they presented well were things like the Yoshi's Woolly Stories, I think it's called, which is like Kirby's Epic Yarn. So that was presented very well, and although we knew a lot of the Pokemon's news for the remake of Ruby and Sapphire, that was presented well. They obviously knew that they had a lot of leaks with that. So they didn't spend too much time on it. They sort of briefly showed us the next in the Legend of Zelda series, which was great. Don't get me wrong, that it's good to know. Well, it's good. It is both good and bad to know that it's coming out. What they showed was very small amount, and then unless if they have plans to show more before the end of the year, so that and show more of where the game is in production, then what they showed at E3 will be fine. Just a little teaser of what it is, but if we don't see anything again until next E3, I'll be pretty disappointed, because what they showed just there wasn't any information about it, and it's like, if you're not gonna show us anything important about this game, then why even show it at E3? Aside from the fact, and the only good point that I can sort of come to that is that the fact that they like, the only good thing I can think of is that they at least can show us that they're working on stuff for the Wii U, because the Wii U's kind of been left behind, as opposed to stuff for 3DS. But again, if it's not even in development, and it might not even be a release till, say, Christmas 2015, why do we need to know about it? But if they're actually further along than where it seems that they are, then I completely understand why they would show it at E3. But there was no sort of other information to suggest that. I think that's what I'm annoyed at most. So yeah, like I said, the Legend of Zelda stuff was a bit off, and then they had Miyamoto behind the blurred TV screen and the blurred Wii U pad, with with what you could see in the background as things like the barrel roll and the forward flip of the R-Wing from Star Fox. And again, it's like, why show that if? And he was saying, there are projects that are still in development, but we want to let you know that they're only at a stage where they're in sort of basic development. And it's like, why even bother letting us know that then, if it's probably going to be something that you could show off better at the 2015 E3 for a 2016 or a late 2015 release. So yeah, I guess that was my sort of issue with Nintendo, that the stuff that, like for instance Smash, there was literally no new information except for characters, which they've been doing anyway. And now they're saying that it won't be released in the summer for the 3DS, and there doesn't really seem to be an excuse for that, except for they want to balance it out, but that's what patches are for. I don't know, I think I don't really know really what I think of the Nintendo press conference. And the fact that they've been sort of showing new stuff that wasn't in the conference just randomly to different media sites, so you have to go trolling through the different sites to find out what they've been showing off. And some sites, put that information up quicker than others, and it's been a real pain to find out exactly what they've been doing. But I'm both sort of pleasantly happy with what they showed, and also very disappointed in what they showed, because there are just some projects that people have been asking for ages, and it seems like they're throwing out all these. They're not even new things. It's just they take so long to bring something out, and it might be for the better with a better title, but if, say, we don't get Smash till the end of the year for both copies, and the next big thing isn't till next year again for, say, the Wii U Legend of Zelda, it's a whole year that we're waiting for these IPs that they have to stretch out to get games out. So we might not even see Star Fox for the Wii U, because by the time that actually gets into production, they might move it onto the next new console. There's no word on Metroid. They remade Wind Waker and Ocarina of Time, but haven't done anything about Majora's Mask. Whether we hear about that tomorrow, because E3 is still, I don't think, it might not be for the public, but it's still on tomorrow. But I'm not waking up for any of that, because there's no actual press conferences. It's just the websites like Game Trailers and IGN and GameSpot and what have you, going to the different publishers and getting more details if they can out of them. But yeah, it was interesting. and hard to choose a favorite, not a favorite, but not even like a winner either. Just hard to see what out of the new stuff we'll like out of the stuff that we might actually get to play this year. All of it, pretty much, we knew about. There's none of that sort of, this is something we've been working on and no one knows about, and you'll actually get to play it in a couple of months. So I think for that reason, E3 was a bit disappointing, but I don't know, maybe they'll follow up with some more information in other conventions that are going on, like PAX maybe, or is it the Tokyo Game Show? But that might have already gone. Yeah, I don't. The thing is that they shouldn't hold back for those events. They should be holding. They should be giving us as much information as they can at E3. At least tell us where the production is for those games that are coming out in 2016. So it's like we've only just started getting the levels designed, so we know that it won't come out to the end of the year. Whereas, something that comes out in 2015, is that February or January, early 2015, or is that late or the middle of? There doesn't seem to be any sort of time frames. Just quarters would be good. Quarter 3, quarter 2. But yeah, anyway, that's like I said, they had some good stuff. All the 3 major players, so Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony, had good stuff. EA had stuff we already knew was happening anyway, a lot of the time. And not enough Star Wars stuff. I don't think they're putting in the effort they're claiming in that. And Ubisoft had some interesting things too. Some actual changes to some franchises, I think, and a lot sort of riding on co-op and multi-co-op stuff. So that's not too bad. Just they've had problems in the past with having servers working properly on their games, so that'll be interesting to see how that works. But anyway, I'll give you a quick overview of what this actually is. I don't know if I mentioned it yesterday, but this is a generator model. I'll just bring up the wireframe. So we've got the main part here, which is like a trapeze, I think it is, so flat top pyramid almost, so that's the top there. And then these slot in crossways, so these are 2 sides and that's the middle, so this will wrap around the outside of that, and this side on the other side, and they slot into here, and the other one slots in here and here, and that makes up the other part of the model. So yeah, at the moment just laying down the base texture stuff. I did a different type of cloud thing today. I'm going to test that out. We've got the highlights, ambient occlusion, and the metal, which we're doing now. But anyway, another long one. I might have more to talk about E3 tomorrow, we'll see. But yeah, hopefully you've had a good Wednesday, and I will talk to you again tomorrow. Alright, cheers guys.